Welcome to Mboni Vijana. This is the home of creativity and social innovation, and this is our main office, or we can say our main headquarters. So in a brief, Mboni Vijana is supporting community in different ways. The main functions of Mboni Vijana are: first one is entrepreneurship development, which involves agriculture to ensure that there is sufficient and enough food in the community. But we do as well income generating activities. Income generating activities is aiming at improving income security in families so that poor families can afford other social services and economic services where they want. But in that, we do as well a workshop where we train young people how to make metal furnitures and wooden furnitures. But we do in other activities, which all of them aim at imparting skills and knowledge that enable young people to employ themselves through creativity and innovations. In entrepreneurship as well, we have been learning a small loan system which we call it microfinance. And this project has already supported more than 2,000 people in small businesses, but as well it has been providing agricultural input to smallholder farmers. In terms of agriculture, we have reached more than 25,000 people who have been improving food security in their families. And most of the support that we have been providing is about improved seeds, proper method of sustainable farming, as well as to make sure that the entire population are aware of how to overcome climate change through farming. The second function of our organization is to manage the environment. So environment has been the part of our activity because we understand how the climate change and the environmental pollution and the destruction has been causing wide range of problems to the community, to the life, at a local level and a global level. So at our level, we do local level, but its impact is on a global scale because we do trees planting, which are functioning in sequestration of the carbon from the atmosphere. But we do as well biochar making, which as well the function is to improve the quality of the soil for the farmers, but as well as storing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere into the soil. This is one of the things that we are doing every day. We have been working with local institutions like primary schools, secondary schools, and other institutions which are willing to collaborate with us in order to manage the environment. We have as well been involved in water well drilling and providing water to the communities. So far, we have drilled more than 149 boreholes, which are located in different villages in Kasulu District rural. And these boreholes are supporting students in schools, supporting schools to improve academic situation. But as well, it is improving health of the students who have been sometimes uncomfortable in the schools due to a lack of water in schools. But as well, improving the natural environment in schools by planting vegetables and other beautification flowers. So that is in terms of environment. But the third function of our organization is to make sure that young people are being trained in the good way of living with nature, how they can improve their lives, as well as how they change, train them on their personal changes so that they overcome the challenges that they may face in lives. That's why by now we have the Hope Rising scheme, which aims at bringing back the hope of the young boys and girls who have lost hope due to failure of continuing with secondary schools or other college or education institutions for looking for more employments. Most of them have a bigger dreams in education, expecting that they might get a formal employment which would help them to get good salaries and improve their lives and their families. But after being failed to achieve good results in their final national examinations, they have been losing their hopes and get involved in other immoral activities or engagements that we see it is an invariable thing that we can encourage them to do. So we have brought here 42 boys and girls who are participating in our classroom, and expecting after the end of this session we will be providing them the incentive that will enable them to start small businesses and improve their lives from the new hope after being dropped from the education system. So the main thing that we do is to make sure that everyone in our community is aware about the change that we want. We want everyone knows that we are deeply interested in improving social innovations to enable people create their jobs, be able to make sure that their families are secured with the food and the income, as well as they are involved in environmental management. Beyond that, it's very important to understand that Mboni Vijana is a passionate and a committed organization that is lifting poor families out of extreme poverty. And this work and this mission is specifically dedicated to rural communities in Kasulu Rural, in Kigoma, Tanzania. You are welcome for the more descriptions.